Dear friends, 25th of November is normally kept up as the International Day for Elimination of Violence against Women and Girl Children. The theme for this year is Unite. United we stand. And therefore, let us not do things that make our women unhappy, cry, and be sorry for it. The Catholics Women's Collective in our Archdiocese is spearheading its movement and giving all its support to women in trouble. And therefore, let us support our Catholic women's group, especially to stand up for the rights, for the dignity of women in our Archdiocese. Thank you.
Women in our homes, mothers, sisters, sister-in-laws, wives, spouses, partners, subjected to domestic violence in our homes by men, suffer indignity, humility, and feel demeaned to be treated in this manner by members of the family. Women and children are conditioned not to fight back, and so they are unable to defend themselves. Usually, men are perpetrators of domestic violence in the homes, but women too indulge in domestic violence on other women or other men or people of other gender because of unequal power relations. Domestic violence is of various forms: emotional, psychological, verbal, physical, sexual, and economic violence. Our God is clear that domestic violence is not only a sin, but our country's laws make it also criminal.
16 Days of Activism against gender-based violence is an annual international campaign. It starts on the 25th of November, the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women, and goes on until the 10th of December, the Human Rights Day. The United Nations Secretary General's campaign runs alongside the 16 Days of Activism. This year's theme is Unite, Activism to End Violence Against Women and Girls. Everyone is invited to resist the rollback on women's rights. Here are several women from the Archdiocese of Bangalore who choose to show their support and solidarity.
Domestic violence is a learned behavior promoted by patriarchy.
No one deserves domestic violence.
குடும்ப வன்முறை அசாதாரணமானது. மிருகத்தனத்தை இயல்பாக்குவதன் மூலம் சாக்கு சொல்ல வேண்டாம்.
ಇದು ಸಂಬಂಧದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಯಾರನ್ನಾದರೂ ಗುಲಾಮರನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡುವುದು.
ಕುಟುಂಬ ವನ್ಮುರೆயை புறக்கணிக்க முடியாது.
ಕೌಟುಂಬಿಕ ಹಿಂಸೆಯು ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನೋವು ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ.
குடும்ப வன்முறை ஒன்றுக்கு மேற்பட்ட நபர்களை காயப்படுத்துகிறது.
குடும்ப வன்முறைக்கு யார் வேண்டுமானாலும் பலியாகலாம்.
குடும்ப வன்முறை என்பது உடல் ரீதியான வன்முறை மட்டுமல்ல.
குடும்ப வன்முறை ஒரு கடுமையான தீங்கு, அன்பு அல்ல, மாறாக நம்மோடு உறவாடும் ஒருவரை அது அடிமைப்படுத்துவதாகும்.
Domestic violence is learned harmful behavior that becomes habitual. It needs to be unlearned for a peaceful family life.
Domestic violence is something that we hear a lot about nowadays, especially post-COVID. And yet there have been so many educated women who've endured it and not spoken about it. We admire women of courage who have put a stop to it by alerting authorities or their families. And this is something that needs to be done.
ಕೌಟುಂಬಿಕ ಹಿಂಸೆಯು ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಯಿಸುತ್ತದೆ.
குடும்ப வன்முறை கொலை செய்கிறது.
Domestic violence against women is inhuman and unjust. It should be punishable by law. Let us say no to domestic violence. Let us be the voice for the silent victims.
குடும்ப வன்முறை என்பது ஆணாதிக்கத்தால் ஊக்குவிக்கப்பட்ட ஒரு கற்றறிந்த நடத்தை.
Domestic violence hurts more than one person.
ಕೌಟುಂಬಿಕ ಹಿಂಸೆ ಕೊಲ್ಲುತ್ತದೆ.
ಕೌಟುಂಬಿಕ ಹಿಂಸೆ ಕೇವಲ ದೈಹಿಕ ಹಿಂಸೆ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಯಾರು ಕೌಟುಂಬಿಕ ಹಿಂಸೆಗೆ ಅರ್ಹರಲ್ಲ.
ಕೌಟುಂಬಿಕ ಹಿಂಸಾಚಾರವು ಉದ್ದೇಶಪೂರ್ವಕ ಅಪರಾಧವಾಗಿದೆ, ತಪ್ಪು ಅಲ್ಲ.
Domestic violence hurts more than one person.
The Catholic Women's Collective, under the wings of the Women's Commission in the Archdiocese of Bangalore, introduced the initiative We for She. We stand up against the injustices faced by women in the society and in the homes. Listening to women's issues, guiding them in the right direction, and enabling them to break free from the shackles of violence so that she too can lead a life of respect and dignity. A woman's issues are not hers alone. Progressive individuals, families, societies, and communities will be her backbone. Join us in the cause and be a We for She supporter.